Yo, what's going on, people? Pretty sure we're live. Just gonna share it to the personal page, get the chat up. Yep, we are live. Welcome. Welcome. We're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena. One last stream before I go back to work. Yep, we are live. Welcome. Welcome. How's everyone dealing with the quarantine? I'm heading back to work. It's a sign of the end, I guess. Not the end times, but yeah, man. We're going. What's going on? People on Twitch, Facebook. We're gonna be posting to YouTube afterwards. We're just gonna grind out some of these challenges, and I actually have a draft entry token, so we'll get into some of that as well. But I've been enjoying the Brawl format while it's free, so let's continue to do that. We could check out some new decks if you would like. I built some. We got a Yarick, Sultai Control, Corvold Stacks, a Theros, Black and White, some of the old familiars. So for now we'll start out with Uro, which was a great clip of me playing an Uro deck. So we got a mirror match. That's interesting. Not going to be streaming too long today, I don't think. Just an hour or two. We had a fun stream last night with the Domestic Disturbance podcast. Three comedian friends of ours have a podcast. We played trivia. If you remember the old You Don't Know Jack trivia, we played on Jackbox.tv, and it was a PlayStation game. It was pretty interesting. There was some joke writing at the end on the joke boat. So he tried to bait a counter spell. So we just pushed him back like a full turn. Just put him in the command zone. And we don't have to worry about filling the graveyard as much. Looks like he did the same. I think that's the play. I think you have to put him in the command zone. He's got one blue mana open. I don't know. He's running counter spells. What's up, Matt? Matt's joining us on Twitch. He was part of our podcast last night. I'm going to leave some mana open for a negate. I threw down the Drowned Secrets I just added this. It's only 2 mana investment, and we get to mill them for 2. So we'll counter that and make him mill 2 cards from his library. See, he wanted to get rid of it right away, but yeah, we took down two creatures that we probably couldn't have dealt with later in the game. I think it was the right move. He's hurting for mana now, so it was probably a solid counter spell. I don't know if you guys are just joining us. We got some challenges to do. One is you got to play green spells, green or red, and the other is attack with creatures. So this questing beast is gonna help us with both. So yeah, he doesn't get rid of it, he throws it on top of our library. It's a solid card, but if I wasn't playing red or green, it would be kinda useless. Yeah, so he's trying to counter a lot of spells. Kind of annoying, but that's how I play too, so I can't really complain. The best way to get through a strategy like that is you make him run out. He's got 3 cards in hand to our 5. So he's got 1 mana open, which makes me think he's got that counter, but we'll throw down a beast. It's never a bad play. Unfortunately, the Paradise Druid loses hexproof when it taps to attack, but it's okay. We can save her. Alright, so now he's got the 6/6 down. That's it's gonna be rougher to deal with. Uro never really goes away. Hit a fetch land, get a nice shuffle going. Fills our graveyard a little bit, so maybe we could get our 6/6 down. I think what I'm going to do here is either sit, or I could attack with the 4/4 and then bounce his 6/6 to his hand again. And then he'd have to... Yeah, let's just do that. Let's see what happens. And we'll swing through. Questing Beast can't be blocked with power, 2 power, or under, or something like that. It's a lot of text for 1 card. It's a very, very good card. See, now this is where we can kind of snap back with the counter spell. It's how bad do you want that 3/3? Answer was not very bad. The only problem with this, with Uro, is that he seems to, I mean, it doesn't seem to, he does gain you a lot of life. We've already hit for a lot of damage, and he's still at the starting life total. This is going to be good too, because the fairy counters target spells with converted mana cost 3 or less, and Uro's natural, Uro's natural mana cost is 3. 1 a green and a blue, so the fairy will counter Uro. But I think here, we'll dig in our graveyard, we'll get that Sinister Sabotage back, and then we'll cast it. I just don't want him to have any threat right now. And the Cavalier never really truly goes away either. See, he's tapped out now, so it's actually a good spot to throw down a threat. We could get our commander down, or what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Hydroid Krasis for everything. 1, 2, 5, 6. So we'll make X6. Tap everything, and we get a 6/6 down, and he's flying. Now I don't care if he trades with the 4/4, so I got a new threat down, and I still can play Uro next turn, where he's sitting there with 2 cards in hand. Yeah, so this is what a mirror match is. We're going to be playing a lot of the same cards, unfortunately. But he's still tapped out, so we'll play 4 mana. We'll tap down his Hydroid Krasis so it can't block, and then we'll swing with our 2 big guys. We still got mana for counter spells, or Lazotep Plating, which would give us and creatures we control, permanents we control, hexproof. Yeah, what's up guys, joining us on Facebook. I'm gonna stop calling people out for watching. I called Matt out because he's our co-host. And if you see Lazy Rider, see, yeah, I don't want this to happen. So I'm just gonna counter it. He's trying to replay the Hydroid Krasis, get him untapped. So I want to make him burn a counter spell if he really wants that to happen. But yeah, I'm gonna stop calling people out. I feel like when I call people's names out, they stop watching, they get nervous. Alright, so he blew a counter spell. I'll hit him again with another one. Kind of tearing through our own arsenal, but now we just milled them for 3. And he can't recast that Hydroid Krasis. What's up, guys? Joining us on the Facebook. I'll just pay the 2 life here. Why not? 3, 4, 5. Kind of just trying to draw a card. And then keep attacking with the 2 big guys. We'll at least kill 2 creatures. Yeah, so I'll block there, so I'll trade. And now we don't really have a counterspell available to us, but leaving open 6 mana, 7 mana, he's got to kind of play like we have one. So it's almost like a poker bluff. That's it's the beauty of blue. Okay, see, he's got this Sphinx. He's going to return something to my hand, which I'm going to give everyone hexproof. So he's throwing down creatures of his own, but I'm not really too worried. I still feel like we have the board presence. Now we got a Field of the Dead trigger, so we're gonna start getting zombies. Alright, so we'll stop the scry here. We'll kill the 4/4 instead of the 5/5. And we're gonna stomp out that 2/2, obviously. We lose our Hydroid Krasis, but at this point I'm almost trying to bait him to attack me. We have so much life. I'll play the Beast Whisperer, and then the Fairy will let us draw a card. And yeah, we'll leave some mana open, bluff the counterspell. I think at this point he's just going to keep going for it. He's kind of on his last legs. He can't even cast them again, so it's... I think if we swing out here, we might actually win, but let's scry 2. Look at the top 2 cards of our library. They're both creatures. You know what? I'm just going to take both, because we'll draw this guy. we'll play the Incubation Druid. Draw another card. Now we have a counter spell in hand. And I really don't want to attack with the 3/3 because he'll get blocked and it'll untap his 8/8. We'll attack with some useless guys. See, we're getting some value off that Field of the Dead. We got a ton of mana left, so let's we'll play the Spellkeeper, help draw a card. Oh, this is nice. We got an Agent of Treachery, so we could gain control of someone. Wish I knew that earlier. Alright. He's like tapped out, so I'm just going for it. We're gonna take his untapped creature and end the turn. Well, we'll play this first. We'll throw his commander back to the command zone. We'll exile it. You could choose to put it in exile, but it's not very smart. We're in a good spot now. The only thing that really hurt us is the mass manipulation. Now he's down to 3 mana. I'm not concerned. Mass manipulation, he could just gain control of X, and he's got a lot of mana there. That was the only thing I was worried about. So here we're going to cast a Spark Double on our Agent of Treachery. Which will steal another creature away from him. And let's swing everybody, see what happens. Even 0/2s. If it becomes relevant, I'll show you why the 0/2's gonna go. Because she can adapt. But yeah, that's basically a forfeit without quitting. There we go. Game 1 in the books. Welcome if you're just joining us. Give us a follow. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Couch Quest Podcast. It's myself and 2 other gentlemen. See, we hit some challenge. We didn't hit them, but we're doing fairly well. Attack with 4 more creatures and 9 more green or red spells. And then obviously the 15 wins. They're always there. I did buy a battle pass. I don't know if you were watching last time. I don't know if I had it then. Yeah, if you're just stopping by, give us a shout in the chat. Talk about whatever you want. Quarantine, getting laid off. There's no sports, so we can't talk sports. Movies, Netflix, Tiger King, whatever the fuck you guys want. Alright, so this is actually a tough matchup for us. Because it says creatures can't come. I'll show you when we get there. I'm going to keep it. We got a counter spell. We got some ramp. So I'll play the breeding pool first, tapped, and then Castle Vantress will come in untapped, and then we'll growth spiral into the third island. That's never, you never want to see that turn one play. What was I talking about? Oh, this the three-headed puppy. So creature cards and graveyards can't enter the battlefield, and you can't cast spells from the graveyard, which really screws up this escape, this ability of getting our commander back. And this thing comes down fast. 3/3 Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. So Vigilance means it doesn't tap when it attacks. Menace means it has to be blocked by 2 or more creatures. And Lifelink means when it hits, it'll take the life from me. So that's it's never a good sign. So let's ramp, we'll gain some life, see what happens. Maybe we can get rid of it somehow. Definitely going to put him in a command zone. For now, at least. He'll be stuck in the graveyard. Yeah, so I caught up on a lot of TV. I had 2 weeks off from work. I didn't really feel it as bad. I didn't really feel the quarantine. That's terrible. This is just a bad matchup. So here I think we have to get rid of that Underworld Dreams. We have to counter it. Yeah, we're not looking too good here. I didn't really I had paid time off for the quarantine, so I really wasn't feeling it as bad as some of my friends in the industry, and whether it be comedy or bartenders, waitresses, school teachers, a lot of people really feeling it. So he can't play that Underworld Dream, so I'm just going to cancel that spell instead. We milled 3. The creatures at this point, it's not really much I could do about this. We'll just play one of our own, see what happens. Now I got mana for the negate or the unexplained disappearance, which on his turn now we will draw a card off of. So yeah, we'll negate it. I don't think I trade here with the 2-1 and the 2-2. I don't think it's worth it, even though I'm getting my ass kicked. Yeah, so give us a shout in the chat, man. Let us know how you're handling everything, how you're, if you got any crazy stories, do anything silly. Alright, let's get rid of this guy. Just right off the bat. That'll at least reset him, but we're not. We don't have any more counter spells. Yep, no more counter spells. So we'll just flash this guy in to draw a card before that hits the table. So we are getting crushed. This is the mirror match seemed harder, but this is a tough game for us. For your boy. He's got no cards in hand, but at this point, I don't even think there's not much I can do here. I mean, yeah, maybe we'll get a blocker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flash in. We need devotion to be 5, so that's 1 devotion, 2, and that makes 4. So we'll flash in this Fairy Vandal, and maybe we'll be able to grab a block. Kill one of these guys. It doesn't really matter to me. I know last time we streamed there was a dude that was interested in promoting his local game store. If you're into that, yeah, reach out to us. Alright, so we're not going to get Thassa, but we'll draw a card. Get another 1/1 down. We may get another turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 power. I got 2 blockers. Oh, see, he had to deal it to his own guy because of the hexproof. Lazotep Plating, very underrated card. The Underworld Dreams is really what's killing me. Unfortunately, I think I need to double block here. And they could trade. We'll get rid of his big dog. I think that's the only move I could have did. Alright, so we'll reduce the damage here. We'll use the Blast Zone right away on 1. Get rid of those 2 guys. Then we'll tap down his 3/3. See, Thassa's live now, so now she's a creature. 6/5 indestructible. What I need is some ETB effect that I could abuse with that blink ability. Unfortunately, we're just getting drained here with this Underworld Dreams, which I can destroy. I didn't even Could have saved myself a lot of heartache. That's a misplay. Misplay on your boy's part.
I don't know if I should be doing this to the dungeon guys to tap down a different guy. I probably should have. See, now we have to double block here. He can kill the dungeon guys though. It's probably another misplay. I don't play this deck off stream. Yeah. But now we can at least get our commander down. Cards like Fabled Passage and any fetch land in this deck with Uro is just really good. Because it just fills the graveyard, so we get rid of the lands, stuff we don't care about first. And then we kind of move on to creatures and other spells. So we do have a way to get some spells back, but not really creatures so much. Alright. So, what I did learn the other day is you can't exile Uro with the Thassa. It will go back to the graveyard or the command zone. So you don't want to do that. I was trying to abuse the enter the battlefield effect, and it did not go well. The fairy can only block creatures in the air. I'm just keeping it untapped. Why not? So I'm going to flash in this creature. It's going to counter that spell, and now Thassa is a creature. So now we got a 6/5 and a 6/6. So we're looking like we're in a little bit better shape. I'm going to get this fairy down because it's going to get a 1/1 counter on the attack. Now I'm leaving mana open for the counter spell, the unsummon. Because we're kind of stabilized right now. See, I almost messed up. You don't want to do it with Uro. I should have attacked with the fairy here too, because he doesn't have any creatures on the ground. Now I'm going to counter this commander. If I was him, I'd quit. Yep, there we go, game 2. I gotta be so frustrating to play against. Just well-timed counter spells. Get all the way down to 4 life. Realize I could actually kill the card that's killing me. Ah, we got a pack.
Nice, nice, nice. 17. Alright, so we attacked with the right amount of creatures. We got that challenge out of the way. Now we got to play 3 more green or red spells. So, I don't know. Should I stick with... I'd like to stick with the Simic. Uro. Let's try this deck. This deck is just as frustrating. I don't know if Matt's watching. This is the one with the cat that just keeps coming back. I haven't really played with this one too much, so bear with me. This just looks like a bad hand. We got a Dreadhorde Invasion, but 2 lands in a 3-colored deck is not good. 3 lands, still not great, but we could at least cast this Prowler for some ramp. See, and here's the cat. Oh, great sound effect. What's up, people on Facebook joining us? So yeah, we want to, I feel like this thing's going to grow pretty fast. That's a much bigger cat than our cat. So 2-3 Death Touch will at least make him think. I doubt I'll block with it, but it'll at least get him thinking. Yep. That was a nice play by him. I don't know why he's playing that card. It's just a bad card, but... In a black-white deck, you have much better ways to remove creatures than a 2-mana enchantment that can only get rid of a 3/3 at best. So these two do the same thing, just this one grows faster. So we're just gonna get rid of that right off the bat. And we're hurting for land. We kind of needed that Prowler. This guy's gonna help smooth out our colors at least, but not really. It's not really ramp, it's pseudo ramp. Yet you could ramp an extra land on each turn, but not. It's not gonna do much.
What a mess I've made.
All right. Yeah, so we gotta put him down. Because then we can cast out the Devil on Sorin and get him out of here. Unless he's got another kill spell, which would suck. But one more green spell or red spell, and we got that second challenge. Sorin's pretty strong, he's pretty cool. I wanted to make a deck based around him. He gives lifelink to all creatures and planeswalkers on your turn. See all these life triggers. I might have to just get rid of the Pride Mate with the Beat Devil. It's getting too big. I can't block here. Welcome, friends. Welcome to another edition of MTG Arena and Hugh. We're 2 for 2 so far, kind of getting beat up in this game.
You know what? Let's we'll hold off on that. He's got a 2-1 death touch. I definitely don't want to be messing with that, but I'm gonna let him go crazy and think he is winning the game on this turn, and then I'll hit him with the Bedevil. Remember, instants should not be played on your main phase.
Time for a drink.
Can vampires be alcoholics? Because Soren sounds like one. I'm definitely not going to trade there. This 2-4 is a little too valuable. I'm gonna hit him with the Erebos intervention. So now there's 2 death touch creatures. That's always rough. His life total is starting to run out of control. And yeah, let's throw down a guy of our own. What I need to do is get Liliana down next turn. Here's my avatar, the beautiful Liliana Vest from Dominaria. Definitely my favorite of the newer Planeswalkers. Yeah. See, that was a creature he had to kill. I could get Corvold down, but I just don't think I want to. Alright, he went and got the Pride Mate back. See, he's only attacking with the Death Touch creatures, like they're not even worth blocking. So now at least I can be making some zombie tokens to run into these Death Touch guys.
Putrid, but effective. Much from your death. Ruin my dress.
I gotta run this Dryad into that Pride Mate, especially if he goes at Liliana.
Back off! Only this for you.
This is a pretty solid white-black life gain deck. Really, nothing special, but he's out of cards in his hand, which is fantastic. So here I think we just got to get power off the board.
Get out of my way!
We use our Omen to get our Brawler back. Because in a fight, he is definitely going to beat that Pride Mate. Does not have trample. And we'll play some Grave Hate of our own. Force him to use that -X of Sorin. Because I'm just going to start exiling all these creatures. Start gaining life. What's up, guys? Joining us on Facebook. We're nerding out, playing some Magic the Gathering Arena.
Will not be my final parting.
Yeah, so we had a nice podcast last night. We were playing trivia against Domestic Disturbance Podcast. Very funny. You should check them out on Facebook or Instagram. We're kind of getting our asses kicked right now. We were up 2 games to nothing. But yeah, there's not much we could really do here. See, people were like, I was talking to a friend, and he was like, oh, so you're going back to work, that's a good thing, right? And I'm like, I guess, you know, like, I was on paid time off. Paid time off is obviously the best. But at least I'm not laid off, so I guess that's kind of a good thing. Yeah, he's got this game, it's just a matter of when. See, I either block the 12-12 and lose my commander, or block the 4-5 and lose.
What a mess I am.
He's kind of going through the motions here. What's up, comic friends? Say what's up in the chat, guys. I just kind of give a play-by-play because I don't know what else to talk about when it's just me. Yeah, so this is probably going to be the last stream for me, at least until maybe next weekend. We'll try to get something going. I gotta talk to the fellas. I know we have some plans. I just started playing League of Legends. I don't know if anyone's into that game. It's pretty fun. I think it's be a good thing to stream. I'm just gonna quit here. We're gonna move on. If there's any games that you want to see, or leagues, or formats, whatever it may be, we'll work it out. I think Tim, our third co-host, will be doing some bread simulator. He's gonna be simulating a piece of bread. Anyway, let's. So we did our 2 challenges. Now we're at the 15 win mark, so we can switch it up a little bit. We'll do a Theros draft, which we did on the last stream, I believe. So I have a ticket entry, so it's a free ticket into the draft. Otherwise, it's 1,500 gems. So what happens in a draft is you get all these cards. You have to pick one and pass it on. So right off the bat, we got a decent black rare, a good blue card, blue creature, and a very good uncommon black card. So we'll take that and see kind of where this heads. I almost just don't want other people to have it. Yeah, there are ways to defensively draft here. So I'm thinking we try to do something black and white. I never really know what to do during the draft. It's not something that I do often, whether it be in real life at comic book stores or... I never really got into them. You do get to keep your cards, which is cool. But, I mean... See, this is what always happens, is you get down to the end of the pack and it's just like... We're gonna have to draft like some red cards. I'm gonna try not to. Yeah. Pack 2, we got the same exact rare. I don't know, maybe it's a sign. Yeah, why not? Now we're getting somewhere. This is a good card. Get some removal. Kind of based our whole strategy off that of getting a second gray merchant, which is not really happening. I was hoping to do like some sort of black-white devotion. Alright, last pack, pack 3. See, this is a very good card, but this one goes towards our game plan. So I'm just gonna grab this so no one else does. I never want to go against that card, it's terrifying. Yeah, I guess we'll just grab some commons. And you see how the packs are like rotating around. You get to pick what you basically get the leftovers from the next guy's pack. I don't really know how we did. It doesn't feel good, if that means anything. So now you have to make your best 40 card deck, which for us means we get rid of the red right away, get rid of the green. I think we could get rid of the extra lands. I'm gonna keep the altars in. Just we'll see if they are relevant. We don't have to get down to 40 cards, but it's probably a good idea to. So yeah, this is like more of the deck building aspect of this game, except this one, the draft feature is on the fly. You don't really know what you're gonna be getting. Yeah, I don't know. 48 cards. We'll throw in some extra lands and call it a day. 'Cause, 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 We had a decent draft where we could win just on the fact that we're 2-color and have some kind of strategy. What's up to the people just popping in saying hello? Remember, the chat is open, guys. We can talk about whatever you want. Doesn't have to be Magic. This is just a visual aid. Maybe you're interested about the game. I could explain some of the rules or some of the lore. I stopped calling people out by name. I feel like after I would say their name, they're like, oh shit, he can see that I'm watching. So I don't care. I don't want you to feel awkward. What we're gonna do here, we got 2 lands. We'll throw this down. That'll ramp us up a land into the Pantheon. So we're gonna ramp pretty hard on these guys. That'll throw down a wall too. On next turn, we'll get a 0-4 wall. See, there's a wall. It was good because we didn't draw a land. I thought it went into play, but whatever. So now we have 4 mana at least. Yeah, I've been playing Magic for close to 20 years, on and off. So if you have any questions about the game, I can help you out. I don't even know what that was supposed to... Oh, I gained 2 life. Well, let's play another one. So we'll have a bunch of white mana, not too much black. And he tried milling us. I mean, he successfully milled us a couple cards, so we could get a creature back. I think we get the 3/6. We have the 2/4 in hand, so... So we'll have 2 nice 0-4 walls to kind of run into whatever. Yep, there's more mill. Play a threat. We'll let him deal with it. Oh. 3/6 in this format is tough to get rid of. I think we're going to make him very hard to get rid of. Well, he did it. 0-1. I kinda wish I had some kind of sack outlet. I could bring him back. See, he went 3-color. It's interesting. These are best out of 3. So game 1 doesn't really matter too much. Then we get the sideboard, which I don't think we're really gonna do. Yeah, we're just gonna start attacking next turn.
I wish we could get rid of that enchantment. So this 5-3 is always a problem. I figured that was going to be his story. Just going to play a big creature, so we're just going to make it so that it can't attack or block. So I don't care that he has a 5-3. I mean, this one in particular gives his other creatures trample, but for the most part, if it can't attack or block, it's really pointless. Especially if his other creatures are 1-2, so as trample, who gives a shit? Show you like my top-notch commentary of Magic the Gathering Arena. We are in a draft right now. Yeah, he's playing all his threats. This is a little bit slower of a format. I'm not really into it as much. I just was doing it because it's interesting and I had a free ticket entry into it. If you guys are a fan of this game and decide to try to play, I have some codes that I can give away. I still have them. Kind of give you whatever you'd like. There's plenty of codes. I mean, you know, like online. But if you need help getting to that. Yeah, don't get trampled. That's the name of the game, I would say. Yeah, but I have plenty of codes for different packs that you can open. And especially if you have was it a pre-release? If you didn't do pre-release for Thrones of Eldraine, I have some extra codes. Alright, so now he just pumped up this Phoenix, which I think I'm gonna... I don't know if this play is gonna work, but I'm gonna enchant it. And we're gonna try to steal this Phoenix. Hit him with the old razzle dazzle. Yeah, I'd quit too. That was like disrespectful. So on to game 2. We after it loads, I'm kind of freezing up right now. I don't know why. But after it loads, we'll, yeah, so now you get to bring in cards from your sideboard. Here we didn't really
sideboard anything because we had to draft off color, and I took some artifacts just for the sake of doing. What I think we can get rid of is the altars. The devotion plan wasn't really... We'll get rid of one, and we'll bring in another enchantment. But the devotion strategy didn't really pan out the way I wanted it to. That's right. Quitters never win, winners never quit, man. That's what us Murrays say. Unless you're talking about drugs, and then at that point, you should probably quit. So that's a mulligan. You have no lands, you just gotta toss that hand. So we got 2 plains. We don't have any black, but it's obviously a really white hand. The hand is so white, I think it just voted for Donald Trump. So we'll get rid of the one that we can't really cast. Yo, what's up, guys? Joining us. People just popping in. I see your names, but I'm not calling you out. It's very hard for me. We're drinking some Bang. I don't know if you guys see that. It's like pretty hardcore energy drink. If you really need a pick-me-up, I would pick one up. And feel free to sponsor us, Bang. For you too, Magic the Gathering. So we have a pretty slow hand. Still no black source, so we're just gaining life and making tokens. Not much else to do. I hate in a format like this, like in Brawl, where we were just playing, you get a free mulligan. In this format, you do not. So I want to save my enchanted creature can't attack or block for something a little bit bigger than a 2/5. But I'm not going to attack because these guys will just get swallowed up. So yeah, this is a slow format with a lot of bad cards. You know, like in a normal game, you're not going to see half of these cards. I don't know what his plan is here, but I'm just going to put the wall out. He might be trying to pump his guy. I don't know. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. So we're gonna throw this guy down. This is an enchantment creature, so he can't be blocked by this guy. And now we'll I think we sit back. We have the board. It's 7 power. That's a 3-turn clock if we can get rid of some of these blockers. Which I have a plan for. We just gotta see. I want to throw There's dreadful apathy on this guy. Let's see what happens. He held up all his mana. I don't know what he could have that could prevent this, but at least he has a 3/3 that can't attack or block now. And then we'll attack with everybody. See what happens. I'm gonna throw this out here. Alright. So that just got put on the bottom of my library. I was wondering what he had to interact with that. But let's just start turning cards sideways. Alright. Whirlwind Denial, Counterspell, and Draft. That's it's not bad. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cast this on this guy. We'll kill 2 of his creatures, get some damage through. Cleared out the board a little bit, you know? Gotta hit him with an okie doke once in a while. Now the board is very clear. He technically returned 3 creatures to my hand, but tokens, which the Omen created, and the Birth of Meletis? I don't know. Those tokens, they just fly off into the aether. This 2/5 is rough. That's it's a lot of toughness. Now we each have a 4/5, but we're suddenly not looking as good. Alright, so we'll try to get him with that trick again. Oh, nice. He's gonna double block, so this actually helps a little bit, because we're definitely gonna get to remove one guy, which I think we got to get rid of that spider. So now he has a counter spell again, but I have enough mana to pay for it, so I'm actually going to pay for it. So my guy dies, but he loses the spider. I think it was a solid trade. So the Whirlwind Denial is it's basically a counter spell. So for each spell and ability my opponents control, or in this case I was the opponent, counter it unless I pay 4 mana. So it's the
more triggers and activated abilities and spells that are on the stack. The stack pops up over here. The more that happens, the more I'd have to end up paying. So now we're just going to cast our enchantment from the graveyard onto our 2/4, make him a 3/5, and see if we could kind of... This is like a game of inches, you know? It's a slow-moving format, just because it's completely random, you know? This is the first time I'm seeing this deck. See, that's a really good card to get in draft format. So we're gonna sacrifice this enchantment to scry 2, which we get to look at the top 2 cards of our graveyard. We'll put the swamp to the bottom, and we'll leave this because that's gonna help us draw cards. We're kind of in top deck mode, which is not a good spot to be in. So make him lose 2 life. See if we could get some value. But now, from now on, every time I cast a spell, we lose a life. It's very all or nothing strategy. Yeah, so now he's throwing out a lot of big creatures that I'm not feeling too happy about this. There's not much we can do, though. Sorry if the sound cuts out on you. I'm actually checking Twitch. Alright, so now we got our Gray Merchant, but unfortunately he adds 2 devotion, and the Treacherous Blessing will add 1. So I'm gonna throw down this Mogus's Favor to add another devotion, and then maybe next turn we could sneak something in. He got this many whirlwind denials. Jesus. He was able to draft 3 counter spells. That is impressive. Considering that the set that we're drafting in... Oh, and he got this? This is a much better deck than I drafted. Alright, we're gonna hit him with our trick, see what happens. We'll do a little gain and drain. So we'll hit him with the Gray Merchant. So I think we gain 4, he loses 4. But we still can't swing through all these giants. This is an 8/8 trample hexproof. He's got 20 damage on board, so I'm kind of hoping he just swings out with everybody, attacks me for 20, and then I would win the next turn. He doesn't have any blockers. Oh, well. Yeah, no, they don't untap. That's the issue. Yeah, that's crappy. That's a good card. Yes, it is very one-sided.
He somehow Kiora Best of Sea God and Nyx Bloom Ancient are mythic rares. The best card I got was barely a rare. I mean, that is a 7 mana card. That's pretty tough to get down, but I think we were okay given the circumstances. Alright, 1-1. Best out of 3. Time for the rubber match. Sorry if you guys get cut out on sound. I'm just checking the OBS, and that's actually how I'm reading the comments that are on Twitch. If you guys have a Twitch account, give us a follow. Couch Quest Podcast. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but we're Sequest Podcast on Twitter. So, I kind of wish I drafted red, but whatever, man. Well, see the Kiora Best of Sea God. So what happens is it's a saga. It's an enchantment, and then when it comes into play, you put a counter on it. So like Elspeth's Nightmare right here. So on the first turn it's down, you destroy target creature an opponent controls. With the Kiora Best of Sea God, he got to create an 8/8 right away. On the second step of the saga, which is target opponent reveals their hand, on that particular one, it says tap all permanents or creatures that a target opponent controls, and they don't untap during your untap phase. So it kind of like locked me out of the game at that point. And then the third one is like on this one it says exile a graveyard. On that one it says gain control of a permanent. So my two blockers didn't get to untap. It's a pretty good card, but you have to consider that it comes down on like turn 7, which a lot of these games should be done. So we're gonna play our saga now. Yeah, so it's 3 steps, Kev. So yeah, so he's got counters. I forgot about that. Whatever. The Whirlwind Denial. He got a very good deck. He's very lucky person. This is the second time I've drafted on stream, and I am not good at it. But I don't normally do this. I normally don't even draft like comic book stores. So we play our like one rare that we took. Alright, so he's trying to get rid of my tokens. I mean, I don't think I even cared enough to save them, but I could. with the phalanx tactic. It's just they're gonna get swallowed up blocking. So we'll just throw down the Grey Merchant. We'll gain some life. Not much. It's only going to be for 3 this time. We'll try to pump him as best as we can. That's why I was kind of bummed. We saw 2 of this card. And I like that you draw 3 cards for 3 mana. But for the rest of the game, whenever I play a spell, I'm going to lose 2 life. Yeah, we just... I think we attack with our own guy. So now he has Vigilance from this enchantment, and Vigilance means it doesn't... attacking doesn't cause him to tap. And tapping means like you can only use them once. Attacking causes them to tap, or using an activated ability. So like this bottom. I'll explain it better when I see one. Yeah, he got a lot of decent cards that are like very playable. I didn't see any of these, so obviously he wasn't in the packs that I drafted. So what I'm gonna do here is try to like bait him a little bit, see if he blocks the Grey Merchant. He's tapped out, so he can't do that Whirlwind Denial. So now I'm gonna flash in this minion return. So we'll get another trigger from the Grey Merchant. So when it dies, it comes back. So we still hit him for 3, we gain some life. And we'll put our enchantment back on. It was just kind of a way to try to get damage through. I want to play this 5/5, but he gets -1/-1 for each card in your opponent's hand. So he'd only be a 2/2. Yeah, especially when he's drawing card. But it might be a nice solid way to get him to discard down. Let's see if he gets baited again. I think he held back mana for that Whirlwind Denial, but we have enough mana to pay for it. So let's see if he's got a Whirlwind Denial in his hand or not. So now, Grey Merchant's in the graveyard, so we'll cast Rise to Glory, and we'll choose both, and we'll get the Grey Merchant and the enchantment back. He did have a Whirlwind Denial, yeah, alright. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to go against. I didn't even think there were counterspells in this format, and he had at least 3 of them. So, we'll call it. Move on to the next opponent. I figured when he didn't counter this spell at first that he didn't have one, he was bluffing it. So we have 1 loss. I think we get to, if 2 losses or 3, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's the end or you get 1 extra. But we'll switch up the opponents. That deck was very frustrating to play against. I don't know where any of those... If I would have saw some of those cards, I would have drafted them right away. So yeah, a very white heavy hand. I'm not going to mulligan, because like in the Brawl format, you get a free mulligan. Here I would have to go down to 6 cards. We have a couple aggressive creatures as well. Know how this one's gonna go. I'm kind of bluffing that I have white, just white. Looks like he just drafted black. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it plays out. So I'm trying to bait him into attacking so I can start picking off some of these creatures. Welcome to the people on Twitch, Facebook. We're playing a little MTG Arena. So I can't block this guy because he's an enchantment creature. When I block this guy, he's going to kill that guy. So I'm okay with the trade. It seems worse than it really is, unless he could kill this guy. I thought he was going to kill Leonin right away. That does not seem like it's the case. So he pulled the exact same thing that I did to the other guy. It's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think too many people figured that out. The minions return, you could just flash it in on their creature and steal it. This guy's deck isn't nearly as good as the last one we just played, but it, we didn't really have the best hand. We got a lot of lands, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands so far. It's called Mana Flooding. So we're just trying to be a little bit more aggressive than the last game. Oh, so he played a little green too. Fortunately, he stole our guy, which can gain him life. I think here we just gotta try to get our boy back. Two life's not a good spot. We're gonna get Daxos back, play Daxos, then use another Omen of the Dead, get the other guy back. So we gained at least one life. I think if I would have held back and with the Gray Merchant, we would have been at one life and maybe an extra turn. I really don't think what I drafted can keep up with something when it's that far behind. What I do want to try is maybe we'll add some creatures, an enchantment, and the artifact. So I don't know if Facebook still does it, but if you're watching and you get what's called stars or free stars, you can donate to the stream. They don't go in my pocket directly. We split them with the two other co-hosts. But every star is a cent. So if you're watching and a notification pops up talking about free stars, that means Facebook is giving you money to donate to us. So last time I got them was maybe a year or two ago. I don't know if Facebook's still doing that, but if you do get some, toss a coin to your wizard, man. I don't expect people to donate, but it's just something that Facebook Gaming does. I know on Twitch they're different like currency, but same process really, same concept. And from what I hear is if you are going to buy stars, don't buy them from your iPhone, because Apple will take a nice chunk if you can buy them from a desktop. That's what I heard other streamers say. Yeah, he's got a lot of pretty aggressive creatures. When they die, they give -1/-1 to a creature. So if I block with a 2/2, they are dead. What's up to our friends just joining us? We're kind of a little, we're hurting for white mana right now. If we had 3 white, we could kind of stop some of this assault. What we can do is start picking these guys off, though. And then next turn, if this is still out here, we can use Elspeth's Nightmare. He just milled himself 2 really good cards. His own Grey Merchant and Farika's Libation, which I use in the Brawl format. And I guess even the regular standard. Depending on when this draft tournament finishes up, I might dip into another format. We'll see what happens. See, unfortunately, Elspeth's Nightmare isn't going to stop at this 3/3. So I figure we'll get it down on that. Well, not much we can do about that. Straight into exile. Well, now we could get down another creature, but I think I would like to get rid of his. We'll get rid of the 1/1, and then next turn, the Saga, I'll get to pick up a card from their hand, so we could at least see what they have. And then I can know if it's the right time to play the last creature in my hand. That's 6,400 stars for $99.99. Yeah, it's not the oh, non-creature ass. It's lame. Alright, we are back on the struggle bus. I think we're gonna have to trade here. It's got Death Touch anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I just let people know because a lot of my friends on Facebook don't know anything about Facebook gaming, but it seems like they rolled it out to try to stop, try to compete with Twitch and these other gaming platforms. See here, I don't want to block, but it's a block or lose situation, so you kind of have to. I think we're pretty much just we're a turn away from death anyway. Unfortunately, we don't even have enough to bring back the creature. So, I mean, the only thing we could really do is make it so his guy can't attack. Maybe he'll screw up somehow. That's the only, it's our only option. That's it. And that is how you draft poorly. If you want draft advice, you definitely got to go check out another stream. Go check out, what's his name? Louis Scott, LSV they call him. Louis Scott Vargas. Alright, so we got 0 wins, we get a pack. And what you get to do in Arena or in life, when the comic book stores open up, you get to keep the cards that you draft. So that was a nice pack. We got a rare that we could craft, an uncommon and a common. So so far. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move back to Brawl. I enjoy the Brawl. I've been playing a lot of Commander. Normally I was a Legacy player. Those are different Magic formats. But let's play old reliable blue-black. Maybe get some wins so you guys won't think I'm a bad Magic player. Let me know if anyone's up late night too, cause I'm actually. Oh, we got another mirror match. Interesting. I'm actually switching to overnights, and I was curious if people would be interested in a late night Sunday stream. Like I said, I wanted to get into League of Legends. We're definitely gonna play. We're trying to work it out right now with the three of us being at different houses and our computer situations. I recently just bought this new laptop. It's a Lenovo IdeaPad. I'm very happy with it so far. But yeah, that's what I've been gaming on. It handles games like Arena and Raid, Shadow Legends, and League of Legends very well so far. I have to say, I'm very happy with it. I'm not really too concerned about this thing, so I'm just gonna ramp. We'll throw down our Signet, and then next turn we'll have 5 mana. This thing doesn't fly. I don't know. Just looks like a silly card. I wouldn't even play it, and I'm playing blue and black. But next turn we have options. We could play Erebos, is a card I recently just acquired. He wouldn't be a creature because our devotion to black would just be 1 with him. So that's why I might not do it. I think I'd rather throw down Ashiok, make the 2/3 Nightmare, and we'll have a blocker for this guy at least.
I'm just a normal. Let's tidy up in there.
So he wants to make us discard. So unfortunately we'll get rid of our removable. Now we don't have to really worry too much because now we have our 5 mana to cast Ashiok. So it's not, the next card he makes me discard could just be that swamp. It's not really. I was thinking about casting Rankle and just taking out that Davriel right now. Because he has haste and he flies, so it would have been like a one-shot. But then you don't get the trigger and whatever. What's up to my friends just joining us? We're playing some Magic the Gathering Arena.
Let me pick your brain for a minute.
We just finished up drafting. We did some challenges earlier. We were playing Uro, blue-green. So the only one he could get is Narset from that Thought Erasure, but he's really trying to pick all the cards out of my hand. It's kind of my strategy. Oh no, he gets a non-land, so he could take anything. I thought it was like Duress. Yeah, I've been pretty happy with this Lenovo. It was relatively cheap, and it's been able to handle everything pretty well. I did have a problem with the Call of Duty Warzone, so I ended up just playing it on PlayStation.
Fear your failure.
Oh, so he can't be blocked.
All your fears are given form.
That changes things. I didn't read what we call in Magic RTFC. Read the fucking card, because this guy, when he gets the +1/+1, he can't be blocked. Which I did not realize. I probably should have made it, then I wouldn't have gotten rid of that removal. See, he kind of screwed up on this. People often do, that's why I run the card. But now we just got 3 cards for that. But we're gonna run right at Davriel, and if he blocks, I'll take this all day. I'll get rid of this guy. He's definitely hurting for a land, so those 2 cards that we just exiled were great. He looks like he's got some kind of like self-mill thing going on. I don't care for it. So now we're kind of just loading the field with 2 3s. We'll throw out another Planeswalker to prevent him from drawing any cards.
There are so many mysteries to uncover.
And just keep attacking, baby. Or exile cards. Ooh, that hurts. 2 more lands and a Thief of Sanity. I won't be able to kill the Piper, but the other 2... Oh, well, I can kill a Piper. I get to pick here. I don't know if the Knight or the Piper's better, but I'm gonna go with the Piper because he can create these rats and then gain control of creatures. Sorry, I don't know if the stream got screwed up for a second. Just got an advertisement for the Reddit for coronavirus. Who gives a shit? So we lost Atrice, but after he hits the battlefield, it really doesn't matter. I can counter this, but that'll make him unblockable. So I'm just gonna kind of let him do his own thing here. Oh no, that wouldn't make him unblockable, but I think we're okay. It's not really a big deal. Just gonna keep loading up with these nightmares.
Creeping, thieving.
We'll get Erebos down. So he's the god of the dead. Every time a creature dies that I control, I can pay 2 life, and if I do, we can draw a card. Or we can sacrifice another creature. Target creature gets -2/-1 until end of turn. So we're gonna attack first, but I can kill this thing the next time he goes to attack me with it. I also got mana for counterspell if needed. So this is more of a like my deck. This is where I actually sculpted this and deck edited to the way that I like, you know. Drafting, I'm not really a fan of. I'm going to let him kill one of the nightmare tokens because I want to pay 2 life to draw a card. So we'll get rid of the unblockable guy, and we'll play with 2 life. Four mana. We want to hold up 3 for the counter spell, or at least 2 for the Lazartep plating. I don't know if you guys were watching the last stream I did with Magic, but there's a great video. I cut it up to it's about a half hour, but it was this deck, my Ashiok deck, before some of the new cards like Erebos. Yep, there's a win. This deck seems to frustrate people into quitting very often. But we're right about the 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna call it. I think maybe one of the other guys want to jump on. I like to end on a win, and we'll open up this pack while I'm closing up. Give us a follow, a like. Make sure you click the bell to get notifications. Yeah, me, Tim Thompson, Matt Quinn, and we are Couch Quest Podcast on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. We are C-Quest Podcast. Give us a like, give us a follow, hit us up. Let us know if you want to challenge us, play with us, any games you'd like to see, any topics you want us to talk about, and I'll see you guys next time.